variables. Today, let's talk about Ansible Vault and Ansible Facts. So, Vault, first, let's check whether we have the machines ready or not. This one. Okay, so control node is there, and let's start the manage host machine as well. Okay, so the control node machine is on. We need to install the package of Ansible again. So first we need to create the repository, the vehicle repository, then we can install the package.
Okay, so you just installing everything, just putting everything together.
Right, because like I revert that machine back to the snapshot, so everything's gone from there.
Oh, okay.
So first we need to install the repo. So wait for it to configure the repo, then we'll install Ansible.
Yeah.
We'll install.
So with minimal, I want a quick question. With minimal installation of Red Hat, that is just the basic CLI, right? The CLI.
Yes.
I'm trying to get a CLI.
That's the CLI.
That's the minimal install, right? Can I quickly share my screen?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
So this one is that minimal?
Just a second.
Right.
The screen is not visible.
It's not visible?
Just a second. The screen is not visible.
I think it should be this one.
Not the manual installation. Let's go with the
Virtual?
virtualization.
Okay.
Host.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yes. This will be CLI.
Uh, you can get it shared back.
To install them will continue.
Is you done?
Behind these. The Vault and the Facts.
Mm.
And so Vault, we are gonna encrypt our files. Encrypting our playbook. Correct.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Your voice is not clear.
Can you
Your voice is not clear.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Yeah.
So Ansible Vault, here we are using a Vault to encrypt our playbooks so that it will only be accessible after we provide a password for that particular playbook. If we don't give a password, we will not be able to access it. Okay? So that our playbooks will be safe, even if we put those playbooks in online somewhere. So only authorized persons will be able to check the content inside the playbook.
Okay. And be able to run it as well, right?
Yes, while running as well, we need to provide the password, otherwise we will not be able to run it.
Oh, so playbooks, they always passworded the playbook.
So with that, we will do in yes. So that we will do in Ansible Vault and Ansible Fact. These will be like variables or information about the managed host. Information.
I'm not seeing anything.
Host.
I'm not seeing your screen.
It is not visible.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the blank.
Let me share it again.
Okay.
It's visible now?
Yes, visible.
Yes. So Ansible Vault and Ansible Fact. So let's go to the system. It is still installing the package. Okay, so let's check the manage host and log in there. Root, the password. Ifconfig. So IP on this manage host is 131. And this one have 128. So first thing that we need to do is do the key-based authentication. So SSH keygen. The key has been created and we need to send the key. So copy ID on root at 192.
Is that our managed host or control node?
This one is our control node and we are sending the key on the manage host.
To the manage host now. Okay. So I mean, I've been asking this question. I'm trying to set up my all our router switches. I want to push from my node to their node. I mean, I want to get a playbook to go to send it, if possible, in bulk, because in batches, because I know we have like how many, 8 times 26 switches that I need to push to. So I'm thinking of how to write a playbook, but I'm not really getting that. I wrote some, but I will show you. I started with 10 IP addresses, but it's not going through.
Yeah, it may be asking for the password and host key verification. So
Host verification?
Yes, so do one thing and go in etc Ansible and Ansible.cfg. There, look for a parameter that is host key no, key checking or something like that. Let me just scroll through. This one, host underscore key checking, and uncomment it. Then save it. Okay. So this will not check the host key of the remote machines on which you are trying to do.
But it will be easy for me to push it to them, right?
No, not that key. It is asked, this parameter was for host key verification, like this.
Okay, okay. Oh, got it. Okay, okay. I see. I get what you're saying. Okay, okay. Oh, I see.
So now we have done the key-based authentication. And if we want to use Ansible, so let's create a directory on slash and create the configuration file there. Vim ansible.cfg, the defaults parameter, then inventory dot slash inventory remote host is root and ask pass is
No, remote user is root.
yes.
Is that remote host or remote user?
So remote user, sorry.
You trying me, Abby? You're trying to test my brain, right? Let me see what if it's not blind. I ain't blind.
You are awake.
Oh man. So when you started training us, I noticed something about you, that you are so detailed and you are so, I mean, you're making everything straightforward, right? But I noticed that with you, every simple detail, you always try to get it. So that's why I've been like, okay, let me focus and use this guy's style. That's why anything you type, I always look at it. Oh, okay, that's the right.
Like it happened with me sometimes, like students join around 5 or 6, but they all keep their mics on mute, and even if I ask them some questions, they just keep silent, everybody. And like I'm not I cannot teach someone who is not like talking or replying to anything.
Exactly, it's not fair. It's not good. Yeah, it's not. It's going to be boring. Yes.
Right. So I just ask them question, and if they don't tell the answer, I also just keep quiet. So after 2 minutes, they tell the answer. So this is this. Okay.
Of course, you need to talk. I mean,
So this one is 131 and 128. 192, 168, 47.128. 168, 47.131.
have you unchecked back the host key checking that you showed me now?
Yes.
Okay.
So both will be children and Dave and test. So if we check it in /root.ssh rm-rf. So let's check using Ansible whether it is working or not. So Ansible-m ping on all. Let's see. It is asking us here. We need to provide yes and yes.
So you have to do yes twice because you have two machines there, right?
Right. But
Okay, so it's asking once, but you answer twice.
no, it is asking twice as well. See.
Is that twice?
For
Oh,
120.
okay. Twice. Yes, it's twice. Yes.
So both the machines are up and they are accessible.
Mm.
So now we can create a playbook. So let's create a simple playbook for Apache installation, Apache configuration. 1, 2, 3. Host on all machines. Then task. And the first task is to install a package whose name is httpd. State is latest. Then service module. Name of the service that we want to start is httpd. State is started and enabled is set to yes. Then firewall D. Service name is http. State enabled, permanent, yes, immediate, yes. And we also want to send some content. So the content that we want to send is, let's use copy module, then source, it is on /tj, and the file name is index.html. And destination is where www html index.html. Save it. So the playbook has been created. Let's create the index.html file. And let's just copy code which might be available here. This one. Let's see. This as well. I think this is it. Yes. So copy and paste. Save the file, and we want to send this file on the remote machine. If we try to access the machines right now from the browser, 192.168.47.158 or 192.168.47.131. So they will not open for now. It is running. So what it is? it was only showing this page only. So we got the error on both the IP addresses.
Right.
Let's go to the system control node and run this playbook. So Ansible-playbook apache.py. We got some error.
We did not set the repository.
Yes, we need to set the repository. So let's create a playbook. Repo.yml. First one would be to provide the host, and that is all. The task. First, we need to mount the drive, and before that, we need to create a directory. So file colon. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir. तो 3 दिन तो भी कराऊंगा इनको, फिर बाद में अगर सुबह वाला भी कराते हैं तो फिर हाँ वही करेंगे। नहीं नहीं, इन्हीं के चक्कर में रखिए, क्योंकि अगर मंडे को ऐड होते हैं, मैं कल कराता हूँ तो फिर एक्स्ट्रा हो जाएगा, ऐड नहीं कर पाऊंगा, इसलिए मैंने छुट्टी दी। ठीक है, ओके सर। Yeah, TJ. So first we need to create the file. So file colon, then we need to provide the name, or in this case we need to provide the path. The path should be on slash with the name cd-rom. The state of this particular path is a directory. Then mount path that we want to mount. Let me check the module for this one. Ansible doc mount. Example. It was good. So path, then source, file system type, options, and states. So path is /cd-rom. Source is devsr0. File system type is ISO 9660. Options, read only, no auto, and state mounted. Then we need to create a repository. So yum underscore repository. There we need to provide description. Let's put SOS. Then base URL. File colon double slash cd-rom slash baseOS. GPG check. is set to no. Enabled is set to yes. Five. Let's change it. App stream. Here as well. Okay. So this will configure the repositories. Save the file and run this playbook first. Ansible-playbook repo.file. Okay. So it is saying no medium found on 131.
Oh, okay.
This one is
It's not,
131.
maybe it's not connected.
Yes. We need to connect the ISO first. It is there. Let me take a snapshot of this machine. No size available. Let's run it again. Missing required arguments name. Okay.
Yeah, from the repo. Yeah, that should be name. I was seeing that. Okay, right there. So what we are trying to do now is to encrypt our playbook, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
First,
So is playbook like a secret thing?
in some cases, you might not want to show it to anyone else. Like if you're working
Oh,
on a project and
okay.
multiple people are working on the same server,
Mm-hmm.
so you can use that.
Description. Yeah, I want to say description is required as well because I'm seeing description here. So instead of, okay, that name is good, the description will not go there, right?
Description is also
Email
based
Yum repo, base OS repo. So basically, description is very compulsory, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Like name is the repository name and the description is the token ID. So right now, if
change.
you want to check this repository, so you just need to do cat and playbook name, correct?
Yes.
So you can see it here. But if we want to set a password, we can use Ansible-Vault. Then we want to encrypt an existing playbook. So encrypt, and we want to encrypt which one?
Repo YAML.
.yml. It is asking for the password. Let's provide a password. INDIA123. So encryption has been successful, and if we get it again,
Woo.
now you will not be able to open it using Vim. Okay.
What
So
if you only you? So how will you access it? You yourself,
we will be accessing it with this command Ansible Vault. And if you want to only view the content, use view which repo, which playbook repo.yml. Then it will ask for the password. You give the password.
So, wow, this is cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So for viewing, we will use view. For editing, we use edit. Now you can edit.
So instead of using Vim or whatever, you don't use that one anymore.
Correct. And if you want to create a new Ansible Vault, then you will use Ansible Vault create and then the name.
A new one.
.yml.
Okay.
So it will open a file after providing the password. So I'm using the same password. And now you can start the playbook, but there is an issue that it does not follow the syntax of Vim. If you press enter, it will go here. So you need to maintain the syntax of this particular playbook. Okay. So now save this playbook. And now the main thing comes that we want to run this playbook. If you try to check it, cat vault.yml, you will not be able to do that. If you want to run it, Ansible playbook vault.yml. So attempting to decrypt, but no secrets found.
Everything is packaging. This is Ansible.
Yep. So like now we want to run it. So for that you need to provide a parameter that is ask vault pass. Only then it will ask for the vault password. Otherwise it will not ask. Now you can give the password and the playbook will run. So either you can use --ask -vault -pass, or you can use --vault ID add prompt. So we'll check that one as well. Okay. Ansible playbook.
So why are we asking for the password? Safari is going to ask of the password. Can you run it direct without using ask?
Then we need to use this vault ID at prompt. That will ask for password again. Because
so we cannot run it with Ansible playbook YAML.
No.
Oh,
Then you need to
because
give the password again and again.
wow.
And if you want to run it without giving the password again and again, you can store the password in a file. For that session, create the file. Like, let's create a txt file, and file name is password.txt, and the password that we have is India123.
Mm.
Save the file. Now, instead of writing this Vault ID at prompt, we can provide the parameter like this: --Vault
Password.
password file equals password.txt.
TXT. So, but the password does TST is a plain text. So, how are we gonna do that? Is that, I mean, are we not gonna? Isn't that nullify the? I mean, the encryption that we already did. This is password.txt and it's in a plain file. So anybody that grabs that and know how to use this, it can run it while he knows our password.
No, but you can, like, whenever you are starting your system, you can create a password file. Once you are done with that project, you can
You
delete it.
know, okay.
Or instead of providing it on the command line like this,
Mm-hmm.
old password file, you can provide the parameter in ansible.cfg. Here in the defaults parameter, write vault _password _ file, and that is available on current directory, and the file name is password.txt. Save it, and if we run it now, Ansible -playbook vault.yml. So without giving any kind of password, we are able to run it.
So,
But
but
there,
anybody that knows, anybody can run it then, right?
yeah, if they are, like, if the password file is there for now, anybody can run it.
Yes, yeah. But if it's not, you have be the one, you will be the only one that will put it in and then run it.
Yes,
Okay.
but there is a drawback as well, and the drawback is that if you want to encrypt another playbook, let's say we have that playbook apache.yml. Right now it is in raw text.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to encrypt Ansible Vault encrypt, which one? Apache.yml. So before, when we encrypted a file, it was asking for password 2 times.
Right.
This time, if we press enter, encryption successful. Which
So it should be
password?
using the password, the old password, right?
Right.
So,
So it puts the
oh,
password
okay.
from password.txt. Okay. Then if you want to decrypt a particular file, a particular vault, so Ansible Vault, then decrypt, and the vault name. So we want to decrypt vault.yml. It will be decrypted. Decryption successful. If you do cat vault.yml, you can check it. Let's remove that password file parameter. Now we want to check this apache.yml, and whatever password we have set, we want to you can say, change the password. So Ansible Vault rekey. Which one? Apache.yml. Enter. It is asking for the current password, that is India123, and the new password that you want to set. So let's
So we are
say
changing the new password for the encryption. Okay.
correct
Rekey. Okay.
the key of that key. So in examination, if you go for the certification exam of rhce, they ask you this question. They will provide you a vault. You need to download that vault and change the password of that vault.
So and I'm using Ansible Vault Rekey.
Yes, Ansible Vault rekey, and then the vault name.
Mm.
So that's what we have in the Ansible Vault topic, how to encrypt a file, how to create a Vault file, how to change the password of a Vault or decrypt it. So mainly we will not be using it on like playbooks. We might be using them on variables though. Like we can create the variable, we can store the variables inside a file, right?
Right.
So if we create a variable file in which we are storing the passwords of a user, okay. So for that we can use this Ansible Vault. We'll do a practical for that later on, how to store the passwords of users in a file, in a variable file, then encrypt it and use it in the playbook.
Okay.
Okay, then next is Ansible Fact.
Ansible Facts.
Yes. So we want to check Ansible Facts of the remote machine of the managed host. So for gathering the facts of a remote machine, the command is, the module that we will use is setup. So let's use this setup module on dev host and take the output in less command.
So it's getting the fact on those, everything going on with that host, right?
Yes.
And we're getting the last 10 or the end one. Okay.
Everything.
Uh,
Like it starts with Ansible fact, where we talked about variable arrays, right?
mm,
In that, when we went a step down, we used dot. So if we want to call any of these facts inside our playbook, we will use Ansible facts dot. Then let's say we want to call this one. So Ansible all IPv6 addresses. Or if you want to use the date parameter, this one, date fact from that particular machine, you will be using Ansible fact dot Ansible underscore date underscore time, then again dot date. So it is fetching everything like date of that machine. If we go down, time of that machine, weekday, or the IPv4 address, connection name, interface name, which type of interface it is. If we go down, and here we have the device details, UUID of those devices, then separate details about the devices one by one. And if we go down, we can check the size of these devices, size of the partitions and everything. Okay. What is the Ansible distribution of that machine? Which version it is? What's the name servers for those machines? Similarly, if we go down a little bit more, the environment variables of that managed host. If you want to use the environment variables, you can use that as well. Let's try using them. Let's create a playbook here.
mhm.
Facts.yml. Host on all machines, then task. And the task is that we want to print a message, debug. And what's the message? It is, the message should be like this. IP address of that machine, whatever machine this particular playbook is being run on. So it should be like this: welcome to particular IP address and host name of the machine is, and the machine's host name should be displayed. So if we write it right now, it is not possible to write the host name and IP of two different machines in single module.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Instead of writing them ourselves, we will use Ansible Fact. And just like variables, they will be called like this in curly brackets.
Okay.
We will start from here. Either you can start from here, Ansible Fact, or you can start from here, from this Ansible. So we want to fetch the IPv4 address. So the fact for IPv4 address is this one. Ansible
default IP.
default underscore IPv4. Copy this, paste it here. Then we are going a step down. So dot. And finally,
Is there anything the two curly braces is used for apart from fact? Or is it the curly braces, are they just used for fact alone?
Facts and variables.
And variables. Okay. Facts and variables. Okay.
Similarly, we want to fetch the host name. So let's try to search for host name variable here. Host name fact. So you can put slash and type host name. Here it is.
Oh, Ansible underscore host name.
Yes. So copy it, paste it here in curly brackets. So if we save this playbook and run this playbook, Ansible-playbook facts.yml. Okay. See here. Welcome to this IP.
Yeah.
Host name of the machine is
CLI.
Then welcome to this IP. Host name is manage host 3. So we can fetch details of different machines with the single playbook.
So how do we know how to put the syntax? And we have to check the IP address for the IP the host, like the host name. We have to check it to know that okay, it's Ansible underscore host name. How do we know what to use? Do we have to go there and be asking and do all the checks?
We need to check it for the first time.
You know, the check for
right. Once you are familiar with them, then you can directly write it. Like
right,
if you want to fetch details about devices, so you can search for devices. So it is not showing. Go to the top and search it again. Here it is. In Ansible devices, we want to use a particular device, so we can use the device name. We'll do that practical regarding this, how to use variables, how to use facts some more. So like what we have written here, the playbook for Apache configuration. In that we are storing a single line text, or you can say we are copying a file. Correct?
Yeah.
So instead of copying that file, if you want to use Ansible fact in the playbook, you can directly use them just like this. What we have written here in this facts.yml. So we just need to copy this line and use a copy module there, in which we will provide the parameter as content, and in that content we'll write this line. Okay. So these can be achieved. So we'll see them the next session. For now, we are just gonna go up to this point today.
Okay.
So mainly for fetching Ansible facts, you need to use this module, setup module. And whenever you are running a playbook, whenever you are like writing a playbook after you run it, so it always run this setup module at first. You might have noticed it here as well. What it says, gathering facts. Okay. It always gathers the facts from the remote machine first, then it runs the playbook. If you want that, it should not gather the facts, like in this apache.yml. Okay, not this one. Let's check repo.1. Okay, this one is also encrypted.
Okay.
Vault. Yes. So in this, we are not using Ansible facts anywhere, correct?
Right.
So we don't need to gather the facts. So here we can skip that step. Just go on this line. After host, you can write gather underscore facts colon no.
No. Okay.
So it will not gather the facts. It will only start running directly. Ansible hyphen playbook vault.1. So this time check after it is after showing the playbook name, it directly went to the task. It didn't start that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So it will make your playbooks a little bit faster, in which you don't need to use the facts.
Got it. Got it. Gathered fact. No. But
Yes.
there's something where I saw something somewhere. It says false.
Yeah, you can also write false.
False. Gather facts. False. Okay. No. Okay.
So we'll start another topic tomorrow. For now,
Okay.
let's keep it at this point only. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.